You know, I have always believed that the very moment you decide to become extraordinary is the moment your life begins to transform. Today, I want to share something that can reshape your life, your career, and your relationships. It is a simple idea, but do not mistake simplicity for weakness. Its power is strong enough to change everything. Listen carefully. Act as if you are the best. No one is better than you. Some of you may already be thinking, that sounds arrogant. Isn't that just pretending? Let me tell you clearly, this is not arrogance. It is not about putting others beneath you. It is about raising yourself to the highest version of who you can become. When I say act as if you are the best, I mean adopting the mindset, the habits, and the behaviors of someone performing at the peak of their abilities. It means setting a personal standard so high that it naturally pulls you upward. Think about this for a moment. Have you ever watched a remarkable athlete perform or observed a master craftsman fully immersed in their work? They carry a distinct presence, a quiet confidence, a steady composure. It is not arrogance, it is certainty. It is the assurance that they have prepared, practiced, refined their abilities, and are ready to perform at the highest level. That is exactly what it means to act as if you are the best. It is about carrying that same certainty, that same composure in everything you do. Now, some of you may say, but I am not the best. I am nowhere near it. And to that I say, it does not matter. The beauty of this principle is that it works even before it becomes true. When you act as if you are the best, something powerful begins to happen. You start to believe it. And when belief takes root, transformation follows. It becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy of the strongest kind. Imagine yourself in a job interview. You feel nervous. Doubt whispers in your mind. You question whether you are good enough. How do you think that interview will unfold? Now imagine something different. You walk into that same room carrying yourself as if you are the best candidate they could possibly choose. You speak with clarity. You present your experience with conviction. You believe that you are the solution to their needs. Would that change the outcome? Of course it would. And here is what matters most. Even if you do not receive that specific opportunity, the act of showing up as your best self changes you. You practice confidence. You express your abilities with strength. You raise your personal standard. And all of that prepares you for the next opportunity that appears. But understand this clearly. Acting as if you are the best does not mean you stop learning. In fact, the opposite is true. The truly exceptional individuals in any field never stop growing. They are always learning, always refining, always seeking new challenges. So when you act as if you are the best, you are also committing to continuous improvement. You are saying, I will carry myself like the best, and I will do the work required to become the best. This principle extends to every area of life. In relationships, act as the best partner, the best friend, the best parent. Consider how you would speak, how you would listen, how you would show care and presence every single day. In health, act as if you are in the finest condition of your life. Notice the choices you would make, the habits you would build, the discipline you would practice. In finances, act as someone who manages resources wisely. Observe how decisions would change, how planning would improve, how you would invest in your future. Some may still wonder, is this not simply pretending? At first, perhaps it may feel that way, but human beings are remarkably adaptable. We become what we repeatedly do. Consistent, confident action builds genuine confidence. Consistent, healthy choices create true well-being. Consistent discipline produces real success. This is not pretending. It is practice. It is preparation for the role you choose to live. The world responds to how you present yourself. When you carry yourself as if you are the best, people respond differently. Opportunities appear. Doors that once remained closed begin to open. This is not about deceiving others. It is about transforming your own belief. It is about teaching your mind to recognize your potential, your worth, and your capacity for greatness. Many people carry an inner voice that whispers, you are not enough. You cannot do this. Who do you think you are? That voice is not truth. It is a story shaped by doubt, by misunderstanding, by past disappointments. When you act as if you are the best, you begin rewriting that story. You replace doubt with conviction. You replace limitation with possibility. Over time, what once felt like an act becomes natural. What began as intentional behavior becomes authentic identity. Acting as if you are the best does not mean ignoring weaknesses or mistakes. The truly great are fully aware of where they must improve. The difference is that they do not allow shortcomings to define them. They treat them as opportunities for growth. When confidence is combined with humility, real transformation begins. You hold yourself to the highest standard while remaining honest about where improvement is needed. That is where meaningful progress lives. The most successful individuals share a common quality. They carry themselves with quiet certainty, even when uncertainty exists within them. They believe they belong. They believe they have value to offer. That confidence spreads outward. It inspires others. It creates a ripple effect that touches lives beyond their own. Imagine believing deeply and completely that you are the best at what you do. Notice how you would walk into a room. Notice how you would face challenges. Notice how you would treat yourself and others. This principle transforms not only external outcomes, but internal identity. It shapes a person who naturally attracts success, who persists through obstacles, who lives with purpose and fulfillment. Beginning today, act as if you are the best. Act as if no one surpasses you, not from arrogance, but from belief in your potential. When a challenge appears, ask yourself how the best version of you would respond. When presenting an idea, believe that you are the right person to share it. When working on a task, approach it with excellence. Do not wait to feel ready. Do not wait for certainty. Do not wait for fear to disappear. Begin where you are. Use what you have. Readiness is often created through action, not before it. History shows that great achievers did not wait for perfect confidence. They acted as if they were ready, and through action, they became ready. Act as if you are the best, and observe how your life begins to change. This principle does not elevate only you. It raises everyone around you. When you raise your standards, others naturally rise in response. Confidence and competence are inspiring forces. They encourage growth in those who witness them. By living with excellence, you become an example of what is possible. When you begin to see yourself differently, you also begin to recognize excellence in others. You appreciate strength wherever it appears. In this way, you build communities, teams, and relationships grounded in growth. Failure will still exist, but it becomes part of progress rather than an obstacle to it. Failure is not the opposite of success. It is one of its essential components. Acting as if you are the best does not mean you never fall. It means you rise each time with resilience, wisdom, and strength. Comparison fades as well. Instead of measuring yourself against others, you measure yourself against who you were before. Growth becomes personal. Progress becomes meaningful. And when you compete only with your own potential, true distinction emerges. Acting as if you are the best never leads to complacency. On the contrary, it fuels lifelong learning. It creates a mindset that says, I will continue to improve. I will continue to grow. That mindset transforms competence into excellence and excellence into mastery. Your mindset functions as the operating system of your life. It shapes how you interpret events, how you face challenges, and how you respond to opportunity. When you choose to act as if you are the best, you upgrade that system entirely. When you act as if you are the best, you are installing a new operating system within your mind. You upgrade your thinking to one rooted in abundance, possibility, and growth. You begin to recognize opportunities where others see barriers. You discover solutions where others notice only problems. And mindset has a remarkable quality. It spreads. When you operate from a standard of excellence, it influences every dimension of your life. Your relationships strengthen, your health improves, your finances become more intentional, because your guiding question becomes, how can this be done at the highest level? Here is something that may surprise you. Many of the most successful individuals share a simple daily practice. Each morning, before the day fully begins, they take a few quiet moments to visualize themselves at their very best. They see themselves performing with excellence, reaching meaningful goals, living with purpose and clarity. This is not idle imagination. It is mental rehearsal. It is preparation for success at the level of the subconscious mind. When you repeatedly picture yourself performing at your best, your actions begin to align with that vision. Try this each morning. Spend a few moments seeing yourself move through the day with confidence and clarity. Picture yourself overcoming challenges, recognizing opportunities, and making a positive difference wherever you go. Now consider the power of language. The words you use in your inner dialogue and in your communication with others shape your reality. When you act as if you are the best, your language must reflect that belief. Replace hesitation with intention. Instead of saying I will try, say I will. Instead of I hope, say I know. Instead of I cannot, ask how can I. These changes may appear small, but they signal a profound shift in perspective. And when you speak with conviction, you encourage others to do the same. Words have the ability to elevate, to motivate, and to awaken potential. Use them with purpose. Let us address a common misunderstanding. Acting as if you are the best does not require perfection. Perfection is an illusion that often prevents progress. Excellence, on the other hand, is achievable. Excellence means giving your best effort with the resources available to you in the present moment. It is a commitment to continuous improvement rather than flawless performance. Those who achieve greatness understand that mistakes are inevitable. Instead of fearing them, they treat them as valuable feedback that guides growth. When you act as if you are the best, you grant yourself permission to take risks, to learn, and to rise stronger each time. Your habits play a crucial role in this transformation. Habits are the small, repeated actions that shape identity and determine direction. When you act as if you are the best, you begin to build habits aligned with excellence. You become more disciplined, more focused, and more intentional in how you use your time and energy. You prioritize what truly matters and gradually remove what distracts you. Over time, these habits become natural. What once required effort becomes automatic. Acting as if you are the best evolves into being your best. Some may wonder about humility. Does acting as if you are the best conflict with humility? In truth, genuine humility is not thinking less of yourself. It is thinking of yourself less often. Acting as if you are the best is not about elevating ego or diminishing others. It is about honoring your potential and using it to contribute meaningfully. Those who are truly excellent rarely boast. Their actions speak clearly. They are secure enough to recognize and celebrate excellence in others. In this way, acting as if you are the best nurtures authentic humility. It reflects a commitment to develop your abilities fully so they may benefit more than just yourself. Consider leadership. Leadership is not limited to titles or positions. Every person has the opportunity to lead through example. When you act as if you are the best, you naturally influence those around you. Confidence combined with competence attracts trust. People are drawn to clarity of purpose and strength of action. By embodying excellence, you step into leadership within your family, your community, and your work. Leadership does not require having every answer. It requires asking meaningful questions and seeking the best solutions wherever they may be found. True confidence remains open to learning from others. Fear often stands as the greatest barrier to living this principle. Fear of failure, fear of judgment, fear of uncertainty, yet fear is simply a signal that growth is near. When you act as if you are the best, fear does not disappear, but your relationship with it changes. You move forward despite uncertainty. Courage is not the absence of fear, it is action in its presence. Your actions create ripples that extend beyond you. Consistent excellence influences others, raises expectations, and inspires change. In relationships, acting as your best self deepens care, attention, and connection. You listen more attentively. You communicate with greater clarity. You show up fully and sincerely. Excellence in relationships is not perfection. It is presence and intention. Resilience grows from this mindset. Challenges are inevitable, but they lose their power to define you. You begin to see obstacles as temporary and growth as constant. Recovery becomes faster. Determination becomes stronger. Every difficulty becomes part of a larger journey toward mastery. Decision-making transforms as well. Acting as if you are the best guides choices from a place of clarity rather than impulse. You consider long-term consequences. You choose alignment with values rather than short-term comfort. Confidence shapes direction. Your personal standards rise naturally. When you act as if you are the best, you no longer settle for what is merely acceptable. You pursue excellence in your work, in your relationships, and even in the environment you create around yourself. Every area of life becomes an expression of intentional living. Consider how this principle shapes your health and well-being. When you act as if you are the best, you treat your body as the high-performance system it truly is. You nourish it with wholesome fuel. You strengthen it through consistent movement. You allow it proper rest and recovery. You understand that physical vitality is the foundation upon which every other success is built. Now reflect on creativity. Acting as if you are the best gives you permission to think boldly, to question limitations, and to explore new possibilities. You are no longer afraid to express your ideas or experiment with different approaches. This mindset unlocks creative potential you may never have realized existed. Focus becomes sharper as well. When you act as if you are the best, your attention aligns with what truly matters. Distractions lose their power. Trivial concerns fade into the background. Your energy moves purposefully toward goals that carry real meaning. Your relationship with time also transforms. You begin to treat time as a valuable and limited resource. You become deliberate in how you spend each day. Activities that support growth and progress take priority, while unnecessary distractions gradually disappear. Emotional intelligence grows naturally within this mindset. Acting as if you are the best heightens awareness of your own emotions and the emotions of others. You respond with understanding, communicate with clarity, and navigate relationships with grace. This emotional awareness becomes a powerful advantage in every environment. Your approach to learning evolves as well. Acting as if you are the best cultivates a deep hunger for knowledge. You actively seek new skills, new insights, and new perspectives. You recognize that in a constantly changing world, the ability to learn and adapt is among the most valuable abilities you can develop. Financial thinking also shifts. Acting as if you are the best encourages a mindset of abundance rather than limitation. You make thoughtful decisions about earning, saving, and investing. Resources become tools for creating value and contributing positively, rather than objects of fear or anxiety. Consistency becomes a defining strength. Acting as if you are the best is not a single moment of effort. It is a daily commitment. It means showing up repeatedly with dedication, even when motivation fluctuates. Over time, this consistency compounds into remarkable results. Criticism is no longer threatening. Instead of being discouraged by feedback, you evaluate it carefully, retain what is useful, and release what is not. Constructive input becomes a resource for growth rather than an obstacle to confidence. Collaboration improves as well. Acting as if you are the best does not create competition with others. It elevates everyone involved. You celebrate success wherever it appears. You recognize that shared excellence often produces the greatest achievements. Personal growth accelerates. You actively seek challenges that stretch your abilities and expand your comfort zone. You understand that progress rarely occurs within familiarity. Growth requires movement into the unknown. Your relationship with stress changes. Instead of resisting pressure, you learn to perform within it. Stress becomes a signal of meaningful effort rather than a force to avoid. Calm focus replaces anxiety. Visualization strengthens motivation. Acting as if you are the best allows you to picture success with clarity. Goals become vivid and tangible in your mind. This mental clarity guides action and sustains determination, even when the journey becomes difficult. You begin to inspire others naturally. Confidence, dedication, and commitment to excellence create an energy that people notice. Without deliberate effort, you become an example that encourages others to elevate their own standards. Problem-solving ability expands. Challenges are approached with creativity and determination. Complaints and excuses lose their influence. Solutions become the focus. Obstacles become opportunities for innovation. Your personal reputation strengthens over time. Acting as if you are the best shapes how others perceive you. You become associated with reliability, integrity, and excellence. This reputation quietly opens doors that effort alone cannot unlock. Goal setting becomes more purposeful. You define meaningful objectives that stretch your potential. Goals are no longer wishes. They are commitments supported by action and discipline. Authenticity deepens. Acting as if you are the best does not require becoming someone else. It requires becoming the most complete expression of who you truly are. Your actions align with your values. Your strengths are expressed openly and confidently. Relationships grow stronger. You approach connections with genuine interest and respect. Instead of seeking only personal benefit, you look for ways to contribute value to others. Trust grows from sincerity. Success is handled with balance. Acting as if you are the best prepares you to receive achievement without losing perspective. Each success becomes a foundation for further growth rather than a place of comfort. You begin to think about legacy. Your focus expands beyond immediate outcomes. You consider the lasting impact of your choices and actions. You become intentional about the mark you wish to leave behind. Forgiveness becomes easier for others and for yourself. You recognize that holding on to resentment or regret limits forward movement. Energy is directed toward progress rather than the past. Gratitude deepens your perspective. You appreciate opportunities, relationships, and experiences with sincerity. This gratitude strengthens resilience and maintains optimism during difficult moments. Adaptability becomes natural. Change is no longer perceived as a threat. It becomes an invitation to evolve. Flexibility allows you to remain strong within uncertainty. Most importantly, your sense of purpose becomes clearer. Acting as if you are the best aligns your actions with your deeper mission. You recognize how your abilities and passions can contribute meaningfully to the world around you.